Most strategic failures don't start with a headline event. They start in those empty minutes between decisions, small compromises, missed clarifications, subtle swaps of ownership. 2 minutes a day stops that compounding. Today, I'm laying out the 2-minute strategy streak, 3 tiny moves you can run every morning that preserve optionality and keep judgment sharp.
That's a strong claim, 2 minutes. I'm curious, what's the mental model here? How does that short a check actually change outcomes over months?
Simple model. Daily micro-checks convert vague concern into a single accountable corrective action. If you only notice drift once a month, you've already compounded errors. If you notice it daily, you either observe noise or you trigger one focused micro-action. The habit forces judgment, preserves optionality, and reduces long, expensive course corrections later. Move 1. Distill. Spend 30 to 45 seconds to write a one-line priority using this template. Today, what matters? Because why it matters right now. Success equals 1 metric. Example. Today, finalize the new pricing page. Because conversion lift informs product market fit. Success equals 3% lift by end of week. Short, operational, hard to misread.
That template forces clarity about the metric and the rationale. I can already see how it prevents vague work on product days. Quick question. Where do you put that one-liner so it actually influences the day?
Great point. Send it to the most visible channel for execution. Ops Slack, your assistant's morning digest, or an internal status doc. The goal is frictionless visibility. One line, one place, posted before your first meeting. Move 2. Drift signals. Spend 60 seconds scanning the last 24 hours for 5 fast signals. Read them strictly as flags, not immediate causes for overhaul. Decision latency, context loss, owner swap, unplanned scope growth, and repeated clarifying questions. I'll run each one and how to interpret it. Signal 1. Decision latency. A required decision sat without action beyond a day. Interpretation, probable bottleneck or mixed incentives. If you see this, note whether delay was due to missing data or misaligned ownership. Signal 2. Context loss. People revert to stale assumptions, reuse old numbers, or quote last week's plan as if nothing changed. Interpretation, information didn't flow. That suggests a documentation or briefing gap, not necessarily a strategy shift. Signal 3. Owner swap. Tasks move hands without explicit handoff notes. Interpretation, accountability leakage. That's a trigger for a micro-action to reassign and document the expectation. Signal 4. Unplanned scope growth. A tiny request balloons beyond its original ask. Interpretation, scope creep. Treat it as a separate deliverable unless you choose to absorb the change with clear trade-offs. Signal 5. Repeated clarifying questions. 2 or more people asking the same question in 24 hours. Interpretation, ambiguity in the ask or audience mismatch. That one almost always indicates your one line needs to be clearer or a packet is required.
Those make the scan operational. 2 signals equals a trigger. 1 signal is observation. That calibration feels important to avoid overreaction.
Exactly. That leads to move 3, micro-actions. If you hit the trigger threshold, pick one of 3 corrective moves you can execute in under an hour. Delegate with a packet, reserve a blocking slot, or launch a 48-hour pilot. I'll give exact copy-paste phrasing for each so you can act without drafting from scratch.
Micro-action A. Delegate with packet. Copy this to your assistant. Please prepare a 1-page packet for task. Include goal, current status, decision needed, risks, and top 3 next steps. Draft due in 2 hours. I will review and approve. That creates a crisp handoff and limits back and forth.
Short packets reduce noise. I like the 2-hour due date. It forces the assistant to prioritize and gives you a quick review window.
Micro-action B. Reserve a blocking slot. Copy this to calendar or ops. Blocking, 45 minutes today for priority. No meetings unless critical. Outcome, decision on metric/threshold. Use it when decision latency shows up or when you need uninterrupted focus to resolve context loss. Micro Action C. Start a 48-hour pilot. Copy this. Pilot, 48-hour test of change. Measure, metric. If positive movement after 48 hours, proceed to next step. If not, revert and log learnings. Use pilots to test small changes without long commitments.
Those are nice because they limit scope and force a review. Quick safety note. Require a one-sentence rationale when you trigger a microaction and record a 48-hour review note so the streak doesn't become a checklist.
Now, integration with AI and assistance. Exact prompts you can paste. Use constrained, human final workflows. So AI drafts, you edit, you send. Prompt A for a one-line priority. Summarize the last 24 hours for product X in one line using template. Today, what? Because, why? Success equals metric. Use only confirmed facts and one suggested metric. Then quick edit before posting. Prompt B to summarize drift signals. Scan last 24 hours of messages and activity for product X. List occurrences matching these signals. Decision latency, context loss, owner swap, scope growth, repeated clarifications, return counts, and one-sentence interpretation for each. Use that output as your 60-second scan input.
Prompt C to draft the delegation packet. Draft a one-page packet for task with goal, 1 line, current status, 3 bullets, decision needed, 1 line, top 3 next steps, bullets, key risks, 2 bullets. Keep language neutral and factual. Human must finalize before sending.
Those prompts keep AI outputs tight and editable. The human quick edit rule avoids watered-down priorities or tone mismatches, the mitigation Adrian mentioned earlier.
Pilot. Run this for 7 days. Each morning, do the 2-minute streak. Distill the 1 line. Run the 60-second drift scan. Pick microaction only if you hit 2 signals. And log triggers plus the action and 1-sentence rationale. At day 7, review. Did you avoid at least 1 drift incident and reclaim measurable minutes? Adjust signal thresholds if needed.
Measure 2 things: incidents avoided and minutes reclaimed. Keep the logs simple, 1 line per day. Priority, signals flagged, microaction, result. That keeps the habit lean and provides evidence of compound value.
Safety checks we applied. First, require a 1-sentence rationale for each microaction and a 48-hour review note so actions stay judgment-driven, not performative. Second, calibrate triggers in the 7-day pilot. 1 flag is observation, 2 or more is the trigger, to prevent knee-jerk responses. Third, constrain AI prompts and always quick edit the output before sending to avoid misalignment.
Quick, practical push. Do today's 2-minute streak now. Open a new line in your notes or post to ops. Use the template, scan for the 5 signals, and, if needed, pick 1 microaction. Small friction now buys you strategic optionality later. The system reveals the truth.
Do it before your first meeting. If you want the scripts and prompts we shared, they'll be in the episode notes. Subscribe if this briefing saved you time or cleared a foggy priority. Subscribe so we can keep these 10-minute, high-leverage briefings coming. Stay agentic.